What's up, guys? Back again with another Tues news. I think the last video I had was a Tues news, so didn't really have much coming out this week. That means my video backlog is quite large. I got a PSA submission that I actually just recorded, and it's some Disney Lorcana cards. So if you guys don't know about that, check that out. But we have some news here for Scarlet and Violet, some new Pokemon revealed, some Silver Tempest pre-release promos. So yes, pre-release promos are back. And yeah, let's jump right into it. You may also know, like, back in the background, kind of like right over here, why the wall is a different color. And that's because we're doing a lot of painting in this room. So I'm kind of rearranging things. That's why you got a different camera angle and see weird paint on the wall. So it is what it is. But yeah, first up, we got Paradigm Trigger Secret Rares. So most of the Paradigm Trigger Secret Rares are revealed. This is going to be our Silver Tempest set once again. So this is probably the last news you'll hear on the Paradigm Trigger until like the English equivalent comes out. But yeah, let's check it out here. So we have a cool Regieleki. We got some V cards. We got Unknown V. And here's a Unknown V special art. So Unknown's getting some love here. And I actually really like this card. A lot of people are wondering, if we're going to get some other cool alt arts or stuff like that. But, Unknown is what we got for this set. A lot of people have some mixed feelings on that. It'd be really cool if like the writing of the attacks and stuff like that were in Unknown lettering as well. That would just add even more to it. But overall, the artwork is really cool and I like it. I love Unknown. I love that they're doing a card for that. And yeah, some other stuff we have here. We have a Skuntank here, which is a special art card as well. Got a Paris in the background. Really cool little Skuntank family there. I personally like that one as well. I love when they show, not so popular Pokemon and show them off. And of course, we've kind of seen these for a couple weeks now. We have a Regidrago V special art. He's kind of in the ruins. The coolest part about this is like, even though he doesn't have like the typical eyeballs, he's kind of like looking in the background and you can see Lugia back there flying. And so it's just a really, really cool touch on the card because Lugia is also featured in the set. And we touched on this, but we have the Lugia V special art. People are kind of hit and miss on this as well. It's a weird angle. You got that big booty Lugia. Sorry, I know I said this last week, but yeah, if you haven't seen it yet, the big booty Lugia, you'll never unsee it. So I personally like the card. Yeah, it's not the best. It could have been better. Maybe if he was like coming up this way, like looking down instead of like looking back. But I like the card myself. A lot of people are, kind of on the fence about it. So other than that, of course, we got Rainbow Rares. They are still a thing. Lance is in the set. A lot of people are hyped about that. We do have a Lugia V-Star Gold. I wish we had another alt art Lugia, maybe a V-Star alt art, but typically they do the Vs. But yeah, I don't know. It's going to be a solid set, but I think people are kind of hoping for more with Lugia coming in. Yeah, it's going to be great, but it's not going to be super insane. It's going to be like a, Brilliant Stars, a set that's really solid, but not like a crazy home run. But it'll be fun to open, and it's going to be fun to chase these cards. Overall, it's a really solid set, better than some, maybe even better than most, but it's not going to be insane. Now, we do have a special set coming out before Scarlet and Violet base set comes out in a couple months. And, well, I guess it's February, so more than a couple months. But we are going to be getting into Scarlet and Violet very soon. It's going to come up faster than y'all think. So we're going to have Silver Tempest right here. And then we're going to be getting pretty much the Scarlet and Violet set next. But in between those should be a small special set that's only available kind of like in ETBs like Champion's Path and stuff like that. So that might be the hype set. And from a personal experience, a lot of my stores here have been really empty on the shelves. And a lot of people were wondering why that is. For one, I think they're just printing the crap out of the Charizard UPC. So I think that is getting a lot of the print, you know. Basically, they're taking over the printers is what I'm trying to say. And if there's a special set that's any hype at all, I mean, I'm sure they're putting a lot of resources into that. But yeah, moving on, we have Silver Tempest pre-release promo cards are back. They were halted. You know, I think it was all the way in Vivid Voltage was the last set we got them in. Maybe I'm wrong, but right around that time, Pokemon was really hype. And of course, there was a Charizard, and I don't think Pokemon really liked how that market was going. There was a lot of staff promos that got, you know, secondhand tossed off. But, you know, they're back, and we're not seeing as desirable Pokemon. So these should show a little staff stamp or a pre-release stamp right here on the corners of the picture. And of course, we have Sunflora and Rapidash. So Rapidash is a pretty cool one. Maybe that's going to take the cake over Sunflora. But we do have a Corellia and Archeops too. So solid cards. I mean, it's cool that they're back. I'm not sure, you know, maybe in the future we'll see a pre-release card that's a Charizard again. But yeah, I think they're back, but they're not going to be, you know, what we expect. It's not going to be a Lugia because Lugia's in the set. You know, they know that they want to make them a thing, just not as desirable. So pretty solid choices here, and I can't blame them for that. Yeah, let's move on. Let's check out the Paudia Collection, which this was kind of already announced, but it does have an official PokeBeach article now, so we got to check that out. This is pretty much the products that are going to be, you know, released at first alongside the set, just to introduce you to the starters. So I think it's going to have 4 booster packs and a code card, retail for $20 each, which is okay, but, you know, kind of expensive. And you're going to have a promo of each of the starters. So this should be their first print of, you know, the new Pokemon, and it comes out January 6th. And I think it's going to be before the Scarlet Violet set, which probably should be around February. So this is simply just using the new Pokemon and this product as an introduction to the new region. And we see this all the time when we go into a new region. It's kind of like the special first product. It's kind of cool. You get a pin in there too, but you also get a jumbo card of the legendaries, one of each. Not one of each in each box, but you can get one of these, one or the other in the box, whatever it shows. So pretty cool cards there. And it's just simply an introduction to the region. These cards aren't going to be super expensive. A lot of times they're just seen as, you know, okay promos, and everyone likes to pick them up because these will be pretty much the official first release of these Pokemon and of this generation. So it's kind of cool in a way, but the product itself for what it is isn't that special. But if you're into that and you want to own the very first cards, you know, take for granted that, yeah, it's cool and all, but these are mass printed and, you know, they're not as desirable. People aren't going to be chasing these as hard as some might think. But yeah, very cool Pokemon, very cool product, and I can't wait to see what they bring to the table for the next gen. Speaking of the next gen, we have Scarlet and Violet TCG sets announced for Japan. So, wow. They will release on January 20th in Japan. So, they're pretty much ahead of us, which, you know, they already are. And these cards will come out January 20th. I imagine our set in English will come out at the end of February or something like that. But, yeah, it will be the expansion pack sets, which is their typical term for a base set. A lot of times on the English side, we even call these base sets, and it'll reintroduce the Pokemon EX mechanic. So a lot of people are hyped with the EXs coming back once again, and yeah, it should be very, very cool to see. They are going to be released with 3 60-card starter set EX decks. They will feature, you know, Lucario EX, Fuecoco and Ampharos EX, Quaxley and Mimikyu EX. This is pretty much going to be like the main one right here. I tell you right now, because a lot of people love Mimikyu, myself included, one of my favorite Pokemon. And yeah, these are kind of examples of the decks that have kickstarted the other eras. So it's nothing new here. It's really simple stuff. It's just, to bring in the new gen with awesome sets. And hopefully we see this Mimikyu EX in a nice hollow pattern. I can't wait to see these in person because they showed, all types of rarities that can be EX. So Mimikyu is, kind of a simple Pokemon, but Lucario and Magnezone can also be EX. And I just can't wait. I mean, it goes to show that they really put in a lot of energy and thought into the next TCG mechanic, Terrestrialize in the new games. I don't think I'm going to like it that much, but we'll see. I mostly just don't like the way it looks, honestly, with the big chandelier on the Pokemon's head. But I'm glad they went with something else in the TCG. But yeah, let's go ahead and wrap it up here with the last set of news. We have a new Pokemon revealed, and it is Grievard. It's almost like a graveyard type name. So Grievard, the ghost dog Pokemon. So really cool. Let's see if we can show some images here. Let's go ahead and skip forward. This is how he's introduced. He's introduced by a little candle sticking up out of the ground, and he is a ghost type. So the design, I think, could have been a little better. They could have maybe implemented his candle or some ghosty things in his fur, but it just honestly looks like a little candle on his head. So not quite sure what I think about that. It's a solid Pokemon. A lot of people are going to love it just because it's a ghost dog. And here is the official concept art. But yeah, let me know what you guys think. And that's pretty much all we have for this week, guys. Thank you guys for watching this news segment. I like doing this every week just to see what's new out there. Yeah, good things coming. I have a lot of videos that are going to be uploading pretty much like rapid fire back to back over the next few weeks, I imagine. And we'll see you in the next one. Peace.